What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Knucklehead Podcast. I am your co-host, King Mal, and I'm with my co-host,
Quan. We back, baby. Let's get it. Welcome back to the show, guys.
Yes. And we have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
It's Terrence Porter, Mr. IBIM. Mr. If you just came across my page, then you need to hear this today. I'm excited to be here.
Hey, y'all heard what he said. If you came across his page, you need to hear this today. First and foremost, Knucklehead Podcast, we are the individuals that tap in to the 99%ers. Why is that? Because the 1%, they already doing something right. But what we like to do, tell them, Quan, is go ahead and push that 1% to 2, to 3,
That's right.
to 4. So when we open up the door for the 99%ers, I need you all to jump in. Quan!
Yes, sir.
Quan!
We back, man.
Yes, sir.
We back. I'm excited.
I love
This
it.
is a good one. We've been waiting for this one for a while.
For a long time.
I'm excited. It's going to be a treat.
The gentleman we have, this man, one of the best speakers I've ever heard, and he's doing it on many platforms. You're talking from Daytona Beach to different states, and definitely on your phone, in your face, telling you real life conversations. The messages are not anything that you would hear as far as someone writing. This is his true life. So it's very, very authentic.
Yes, sir.
T, talk to me, man.
Man, I'm excited
All
to
the
be
way
here.
in Tampa, Florida.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Tampa,
sir.
Florida.
Yes.
How was that transition coming to Tampa?
So we've been in Tampa now almost 2.5 years. My wife is military.
Okay.
So we got stationed over at MacDill, which is like a dream base.
Right.
So if you know anything about military life, people, strive their whole career
Wow.
to get to MacDill. And
Okay.
then 9 times out of 10, depending on where you are in your career, you kind of like settle down and you shut it down in MacDill. I mean, it's Tampa. You
Right,
can't
right.
beat it, right?
Sunshine, all year
Sunshine
long.
State. So it's super dope. We're excited. We've been here, again, like 2.5 years. It's been a journey. It's been a journey, but I think in this last few months that I've been here, alignment has happened. I met the right people, obviously, sitting down with you two gentlemen.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you.
Man. So I just think it was my season where God was telling me that you're going to meet the right people, but I'm going to take you through something before you get there.
Absolutely.
And I had to be still. Not in the literal sense, because you say that and people really get still.
That's
but,
true.
I was still working, still doing what I had to do, still producing and creating.
Right.
Anytime I feel stuck or I feel like things are not happening, I create.
I love
So I
that.
just kept creating, and that seed led to meeting Dr. Delatoro. Shout out to him. But I met someone in the crowd, and that led to me being here and other adventures and things that's happening. So sometimes, man, you just got to be in the room.
Yeah.
You may not be the focal point of the room. You may not be in front of it. You may not be on stage, but your presence, your aura, your anointing that's on you,
Yes.
got to make sure the people that need to find you will find you. And I
Absolutely.
believe that's happening in my life right now.
I love that. So Malcolm kind of spoke a little bit about you being a speaker. So how did you, jump into that field? Because, obviously everyone has a message. Everyone
Right.
thinks they have a message.
Right.
I've seen Malcolm speak. I think you guys, I give it to you. Like, it takes a certain, it has to be,
Yes.
it's a calling.
Sure.
Just like being a doctor, just like
Sure.
being a lawyer. You really got to
Sure.
have a passion for it.
Yep. I think speaking, man, has always been a part of me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could take it back to elementary school, like talent shows.
Oh,
Wow.
Like I was, I don't want to age myself. Ooh, I don't want to age myself, but I won the talent show doing Parents Just Don't Understand. Fresh Prince.
Oh,
not
snap.
Will Smith. Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? So, I remember that in the 6th grade, I won a talent show. And, as a child, I remember I was so excited that I won, and everybody was all excited that I won. I rapped the whole song. I knew it frontward and backwards. But it just, the older I've gotten, and in retrospect, when I look back, like God was preparing me. Like it was already. He was like, look, you're going to be in front of, you're going to speak.
Yes.
And then, junior high school, I was class president. And high school, I was in the chorus. I couldn't sing a bit, but I was, I was right. Then I was in a singing group in high school. I mean, couldn't
Right.
sing a lick, but I was the guy that did all the talking parts.
All right.
So it just aligned.
Boys the men.
Right.
All right,
baby,
yeah.
don't talk. Just listen. Like that's me, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
But And then, you know, as I got older, I started understanding the power of touching people without physically touching them, how words can move you.
Yes.
And I had a short stint in network marketing. I got presented to that industry when I was really young. I got presented accidentally because the person that was doing it, I was the last person that he was thinking about to even trying to recruit, if you know anything about network marketing.
Yes.
I come from a fitness background.
Okay.
So I was a trainer.
Okay.
And my client, who was very successful, I mean, even to this day, shout out to Tupac the Running Court if you're watching, Pac. He came in the gym one day, I had to train him one-on-one. He was on fire. He was like, man, I'm about to do this thing. And, you know, he was just telling me all about it. I'm looking at him like, you okay? I'm training him, but I'm like, you know, damn this session. Like, I'm broke.
Let's sit down and talk.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to get to where you are. Like, this little $50, $60 you paying me an hour, I think it was probably 70 back then. I'm like, yo, like, what can I do? And he said, you want to do it? I was like, yeah. Then he said it was 500. And I was like, all right, well, you know, 500 back then, that was huge.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
That's an
you know what I'm
investment.
saying? Especially if you broke.
Yeah.
500 could be a lot right now if you
I was
broke.
about to say, some of us don't want to let it go right now.
You know what I'm saying? So,
there's moments I be second guessing the 500.
man, I was broke. He said, man, it's going to be 500. So I just started calculating, okay, what bill can I miss? That's that time in life.
Yeah.
What bill can I
Robbing
miss
Peter
and
to pay
make
Paul.
up? Man, Peter dead.
Yeah.
Paul. They looking for Paul. Paul is missing.
I hear you. I hear
Word.
you.
So I missed my car note. True story. Can't make this up. I missed my car note, and I was like, I'm gonna sign up. Literally got paid from the gym, signed up with Pac that next week, missed my car note. And I didn't tell my girl at the time, not my wife. She was my girl. But, you know, I kind of told her, but I didn't tell her. And she was like, nah, that's one of them things. So she was giving me all that. And I'm ignorant. I didn't know nothing about the industry. So
Right.
I'm like, I'm going into this blind.
Naive, yeah.
Just naive,
Open.
just hair on fire, which is a superpower.
Yes.
Like, it is a superpower. When you don't know about something and people got their own, you know, perception of what it is, but you are on fire, what they're saying is nothing because you think what's going to happen can happen.
Yeah.
And I was in that mind frame, right? So let's make a long story short. I did it. I went to a presentation at someone's house, and I watched the guy present, and I was sitting beside my mentor at the time, and I said, yo, I can do that.
Right.
And he was like, you can't do that. And I was like, I'm telling you, I could do that. Did it the next week.
Wow.
Did it to the point where, not knowing how it was being used, but I was just sharpening my iron, didn't know it. I did it so well that people that were in the organization, like T, can you come do my presentation?
Wow.
So now I'm signing up other people on other teams. I'm not signing up my team. I'm signing up people on other teams because I'm presenting the presentation. Then it went to, okay, T, can you come to the hotel? Because, you know, back in the day, you did it at the hotel.
Yep.
You know,
In that conference room.
Right, in the big old conference room. They're like, T, we want you to do the first part at the hotel. Then it went from the hotel. Then I got to the big stage at the convention. And long story short, I made it to the top of the company. Me and my wife, we did really, really well. But in the midst of all of that, I met Les Brown. Wow. And that's when everything changed. Les Brown, he was our keynote, but he came and he said, look, I'm going to do a very intimate setting, and I want you guys to come out free. Now, I didn't know who Les Brown was from a can of paint. That's how naive I am into this industry.
Right.
But he said, look, come to this church. I'm going to be at this building at this time on Saturday morning. Anyone is welcome. And I went, and it was like a classroom setting. And when I tell you, it was like 9, 10 of us there. So I got to see the Les Brown, the grandfather of everything that we do in this network, in the speaking world.
Yes.
And when I left out of that room, I said, that's what I want to do.
Wow.
I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know any of that. But I just knew that that was my calling. Because the way I felt, the way he made me feel when I left out of that room, I was like, this is what I want to do. It was just like indebted. The same way you may hear a singer or, you know, like people just knew.
Right.
I knew that was going to be it. Fast forward, in comes social media. So you know I'm dating if social media's not here yet. We ain't had no social media back then. Social media comes in, and I didn't utilize it properly, but I was on it just like anybody else.
Right.
You know, a selfie, a workout video, a funny video, you know, the beginning stages, not understanding it. Fast forward again, I get a little following. You know, people are following me, but you're probably following me just because you may think I'm a cool dude, I guess. No purpose. Purpose is not even implemented yet. This is all just fluff, right?
Yeah.
Went through a really dark place about 3.5 years ago. Me and my wife, we went through a real spell. Anybody who's been married knows that you go through some levels in your marriage where it can be dark. And this was a dark time. It was a bad one. This was one of those where, as a grown man, I had to take a lot of accountability. I had to really look at me. It was one of the first times in my adult life that I just looked in the mirror and said, okay, you are the least common denominator. Like you are, if this is happening to you and it keeps happening to you, like who are you blaming, right?
Right.
So it was a really strong amount of accountability, self-reflection, grow up. Like, yo, asked me to grow up. Like, grow up.
Right.
Like, it was a grow up moment. But I didn't need anybody to tell me. I told me, right? Got off of social media. Shut it all down.
Right.
Just deactivated everything. Got away from everything. But I said, if I ever come back, I'm coming back right. I'm coming back purpose. I'm coming back centered. I'm coming back deliberate. Substance.
Yeah.
I'm coming back with a message. I don't care how people receive it. I don't care how it's taken, but I'm coming back. And I got off for like almost 90 days, maybe 120 days. And when I came back, that's when everything you see now kind of came to fruition.
Wow.
So, you know, it's been a blessing. It's been a ride, but I would tell anybody, don't worry about the views, the follows. Just be true. Be true to who you are, and it's going to happen. When I first started, man, wasn't nobody checking for me. Man, I was searching. I was trying to find it. The tagline, if you came across my page, you need to hear this today, that came organically. That wasn't something that I, like, worked on. It just came one day, and I thought it was cool, and it worked, and then I started using it. My first videos, I mean, no views. If I had a view, 3 likes. Like, nobody was checking for me, man.
Right.
And then I was getting the criticism. I was getting, you know, like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? Like, are you a preacher now? Or, like, what are you talking about? You know, like, and some people can't meet you. Some people can't see you for where you're going. They can only meet you and see you for where you have been and where you are.
Yes.
And they can't get past that. I had to learn how to block that noise out to the point where if you can't see where I'm going, that's fine. I wasn't going to be mad at nobody for criticizing me. I was like, all right, I'm just going to meet you where you are.
Correct.
If you can only see me for where I used to be, cool. But I'm telling you, I'm going somewhere. I came back home. I was at work one day. And I hadn't been shot in a video for like a week. And I was like, I need to shoot a video. Came to work, sat in the parking lot, was thinking about what was going on in my life, cut that camera on, and just shot a video. Not thinking, posted it.
Yep.
Literally, that's really how it happened. That was on a Thursday. Friday, it had like 200,000 views. Sunday, it had like 500,000 views. By that following Monday, we hit 1 million.
Wow.
How did you feel?
I was telling my wife when it was happening, I was like, I don't know how viral feels, but I think we're going viral.
Right.
She was like, what? I was like, yeah, like this thing is really climbing. And then we hit 1 million. And when I first hit that first 1 million, I felt fulfilled, but I also felt like, okay, I'm in my purpose.
Correct.
I'm in my purpose. I know it's people, and I say that from a very humble space when I say this. And I don't mean this in a humble, like I'm not understanding my greatness. Humble meaning I know it's people that's been trying to break this code for years.
Right.
They've been on social media probably longer than me or really way in their purpose longer than me. And then here I go, just open up the phone, sitting in my car with a CarMax uniform on.
Yeah.
And I go viral.
Right.
That's a blessing. That's
Fear
a
is not
blessing,
fear,
man.
though.
Word. That's a blessing. So
I feel like everyone's journey is always going to be different.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
for some, that journey can be like down the road, and for somebody else, it's them coming from here, driving all the way to Texas.
That's
through
right.
Texas.
That's
Question
right.
for you.
That's right.
I know before, or maybe around the viral moment, I was looking, and you were at a store, but you were at a store where you were the only African American in the store, and individuals probably weren't even speaking to you. You had to have a smile on your face. You how did you manage in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those kind of things where I think I was raised right. I know how to, for lack of a better word, code switch. I know how to play my position if I need to. But I think I've learned how to authentically be me, and I can almost be a chameleon in any environment. I can work in any environment. I don't have to like code switch to the point where my integrity is being compromised,
Right,
or
that part.
You know, I'm so out of pocket that I can't even look at me.
Right.
You know, so I try to be authentically who I am, and I just think that age and wisdom and, you know, just maturity.
Yes.
Like, I want to speak with proper diction. I want to speak, you know, with projection, and I want to give eye contact, and I can still be Terrence or Mr. IBIM or whomever, but I can look at me and say, okay, I'm not, you know, tap dancing
Right.
just to be in this environment. I could be me in this
Authentically,
environment.
right.
Yeah, so I teach my kids that, like, you don't have to be so hood and gutter and real. Like, I'm real. Like, I'm from that cloth. Don't get it twisted. I was born in '75, so I grew up in the heart of it, on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In DC when it was ugly.
Right.
But I still learned that, okay, you still have to conduct yourself a certain way in order for you to open up doors to get into certain rooms by still keeping yourself in a pocket. So, you know, it's challenging at times, especially in the climate we're living in now.
Correct.
A lot of people are emboldened. You know, they feel like they can say whatever. But if you want to open up Pandora's box,
Right.
we can open that box. I give it to you however you want it. I give it to you hood. I give it to you proper.
Right.
But I can give it to you however you want it.
Facts.
But I think that's so important because, to your point, a lot of people grow up, you know, especially that look like us or come from the communities we come in, they feel like they can't be their authentic self.
Right.
They feel like they have to
Right.
put on this persona or be
Yeah.
this character to be accepted in these rooms, in these circles. But to your point, when you're coming from a genuine place, there's nothing wrong with polishing yourself up
Sure.
and presenting
Sure.
your best version. It's
Sure.
not you forgetting where you come from. It's more so saying, hey, I came from that and I'm able to achieve this.
Right.
And
right.
that's the part that I think really stands out.
Yeah,
So,
I think
100%.
it's time and place. I
Absolutely.
think that you can still, you know, I mean, listen, all of us to a certain degree, we're going to be a certain way in a certain environment.
Absolutely.
And then when we're in our comfort zone, we were at home, we watching the game, and we got a couple of drinks or a bill, you know, whatever your lifestyle may, you know, dictate. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be a little bit more of Terrence in that environment. But
Right.
you know, like.
Right.
I could be Terrence at work, and then when I go home, if anybody is listening from the DC area, I could be Terrence.
Okay.
Like when I go home, I'm Terrence. And then,
Oh, he's definitely from DMV
right,
now.
that's Terrence when I'm home, but then I could be Terrence
Yes.
when I need to be.
I love that.
I love the I believe in me. I love that.
Thank you.
Where
Thank
did you
you.
get that from? I have a follow-up question. But
Okay.
where did, like, obviously you believe in yourself.
down, no
But
doubt.
what, like, where did that?
Man, I believe in me is so, man, it means so much to me. Like, honestly, it kind of like went away. Me and my wife, shout out to my baby, she believed in me when it was low, like when nothing was popping, right? And we were sitting around trying to figure out like what was next.
Right.
This is we were stationed somewhere. We was trying to really figure it out. And she'll probably take all the credit, like she came up with the name herself, but I think it was collective minds, if you ask me. But
She did.
you're right.
I'm on her side.
Right. But it clicked. It was like IBIM, I believe in me. And I remember it vividly. We was in the living room. And it started off as I believe in me fitness, because I was still in that fitness mode at that time.
Okay.
And I was doing boot camps and I was training, but I was always the outsider.
Yeah.
Even like here, even in Tampa, I'm still the outsider coming into this environment. And as the speaking became more relevant and, you know, the social media presence became more relevant, I just never wanted to let go of the I believe in me, because I think it's so foundational in anything. I could talk to elementary school kids at 6 years old about the believing in yourself. They may not fully get it, but they'll understand that word believe.
Right.
They can go home and like, Mommy, I believe in me. You know, they can go home and say that, but then I can go and talk to a corporation of Fortune 500 people that I promise you, the first indication of where they got to is that they believed it. So that speaks so much, but the IBIM is something that we hold dear to our heart. Me and my wife, my team, we really understand that it means everything. It's the foundation of anything that you want to do. I don't care what it is. The seed is you believing in you, your higher power, obviously I believe in God. I'm not going down that rabbit hole with people anymore. But whatever that is that you believe, it's your highest power. That's first, and then it's going to be you. And for anybody believes it or buys into it, you got to believe it. And when they don't believe it, you still got to believe it.
Right.
When they don't see it, you still got to believe it because the seed was given to you. And the belief factor is you watering that seed until it comes to fruition.
Yes.
And then I'll leave it to your next question, but I'll leave this with that. Sometimes you got to hold on to belief in that someone sees in you until your belief kicks in.
Yeah.
Like, I think my wife believed a little bit more at the beginning than I did. But I held on to her belief until mine's metamorphosized into what it is now. And now, I believe in me. Even when things are slow, things are bad, yeah, I create, but I still believe.
Yes.
You got to have that. You got to have that.
I love that. I think you answered my other question, and it was mainly seeing you believe in you, but who on the outside of you believe in you. So your wife, but speaking of your wife, she's military, right? So I know we talked, and you've gone to many different states.
Yes, sir.
We were saying basically it's the total opposite. Where you're the 1%. I know off camera we were just speaking about that, where you're the 1% and she's the 1% in the military as well. But you being the 1%, how do you feel? Because we are a financial literacy not company. Wow. Well, knock on. Hey, speaking
that.
Into existence.
Speak
There we go.
that.
Yes, sir.
I'm an advocate of that.
I love it. I love it.
And the podcast is mainly wrapped around like financial literacy. How do you balance that? Because I know you getting your bag, she getting her bag,
Right.
but being that 1%, what does that look like for you?
Well, a lot of trial and error, if I had to be honest. Coming from two different upbringings, when you're married, you're trying to figure that out once, so you're trying to figure out the marriage aspect. And then you got to learn finances. And it's going to be a lot of trial and error when it comes to finances. You're going to go from points of you didn't have a lot to when you have a lot. What do you do with that lot? And we messed up a lot.
Right.
We messed up a lot when we had a lot. I could sit back and think about some of the foolish things, the materialistic and, oh my God, just that stuff that doesn't matter, right? And then you add in the dynamic of resetting when you think about someone that's a spouse that's following someone that's in the military. They got some military spouses that kind of plug and play when it comes to like federal government, and then they may go to a position in the base that they work at.
Yeah.
But that can be paper or plastic, or that could be some really minuscule or really small position. When you're coming from your own way of making a living, now you got to kind of adjust to that. I definitely went through that, being a husband, following a wife around the country. It has its own shares of challenges that you got to kind of work through. But I think that what has helped us is that, kids come into play, you understand your role. You don't read the fine print when you get married, but it kind of comes with this lifestyle of being in the military. My wife has accelerated in her career. Like, she's truly 1% of the Air Force. Shout out to her.
She's Miss IBIM.
Yeah, she Miss E9, Miss Chief Porter. Like, she's amazing. But I met my wife when she was the E4.
Wow.
So I didn't. Again, I'm really naive to this life.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say naive, like almost like Forrest Gumpish.
Yeah.
Water boy. Like, I have no idea
Right.
what I'm signing up for.
Right.
This is my clubbing days. This is G-Unit days. I'm on the road.
You had the tank.
Right. I'm running with a dope tank top.
Yeah.
I'm in the club doing
Spinning
that.
chain.
Right.
I think a Chrysler 300 looks like a Bentley.
Yeah.
This is how far back me and her go. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
So, when you meet somebody in a manner how we met, you don't think at that time is going to become
Right.
what we are now. It went from let me buy you a drink to, kids later, almost 19 years of marriage this month, and life happens.
Yes.
So financially, we made a lot of mistakes, but then we made a lot of corrections along the way. We really learned how to really make a dollar work.
Yes.
Pure transparency. We're just getting into the investment aspect of life.
Right.
But I think that we're in a good space right now. I know that it's going to do nothing but increase even more. If I could tell anybody any financial literacy when it comes to relationships and couples, you got to talk about it. You got to map it out.
Yeah.
You got to talk about it. You got to map it out, because whatever you think is right and that person thinks that's wrong, and if she thinks it's right and you think is not right, you got to figure out where that medium ground is. And you got to talk about those finances, because, we're knocking on our latter years. Like, I'm 50 now. So, in the words of the great Jay-Z, it's getting too late to make mistakes. So everything is calculated now.
Has to be.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at a point where being on this podcast,
Yes.
it's calculated.
Yes.
I got another podcast I'm doing in a couple of weeks. I got a magazine that wants to interview me. So, everything is to lead up to what's going to happen next, because financial aspect of it and then empty nester aspect of it. Our kids in the next 5 years, we'll have our kids going to college.
Wow.
So that's a whole nother aspect of life too. So you want to be able to have that second win, but you want to have that second win financially where, okay, now the trips come into play. We don't have to worry about babysitters. Now we can move how we want to move. We can really travel and do things like that. But security, to have that bag that we know that's coming in, that discipline. Yeah, absolutely. So that kind of comes with that military lifestyle. And the military affords you a lot of different lives that it can help you as far as, getting those things in order. And we're utilizing that a whole lot more than we've ever have.
What are some, and this is for that gentleman that may be 1%, right? That's sitting in your shoes but new to it.
Sure.
What challenges that may come up? Like what obstacles that you've experienced they may experience? And what does that look like getting over that?
I ain't gonna get too deep on y'all, I guess, but let me tell you something. When you're dealing with the military person, if they're dedicated, committed to what they're doing, because you got some people that's just in any career field could be fly by night, or they just like, I'm just doing enough that they don't find me, they're gonna pay me enough that I don't quit. The military can be the same way. Just because you're in and you're under a contract for 4 years doesn't mean they can't kind of move you around, or they can make those 4 or 5 years the worst 4 or 5 years of your life. My wife was very dedicated to her craft. She really had a heart for what she was doing. The same way that I love to speak and I love helping people, she has the same thing in her career field, because she's always been like a great mentor. Young people gravitate to her. So I like to say this, being a 1%er, being a husband that may be out there, if I can give you any advice, man, number one, know who you are.
Yeah. Know
who you are. Please, man. If you are dealing with a very successful, strong woman, and I know women hate to hear, I don't want to be strong, but, sometimes it just is what it is. You better know who you are. Like me being Mr. IBIM, me having my own lane, me having my own purpose that I can walk into but still carry my wife along with me into that purpose. That means a lot, because sometimes you can get caught up in overshadowed.
And lose your identity.
In the shadow of someone else. Quick story. I remember almost like 5 years ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago. Right before everything popped off of me, about 3.5, almost 4.
Okay.
Before everything popped off of me, right? I was frustrated, bro. When I tell you, can I cuss on this?
I don't want to.
Okay. I don't want to cuss you.
You're good, man. You're good.
But I had, bro, I was frustrated. I've always had the luxury. God has always been blessing me that things kind of came to me easily.
Yes.
Like I can kind of go to a new environment. I will meet some people, and things will click.
Yeah.
Man, we were in middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. Enid, Oklahoma.
Ooh.
I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
You know Enid. It's
Oklahoma.
Like boom, nowhere, Oklahoma. I bleeped it for you. And I was just like, I had not one of them prayers. Like I had a talk with God. Like you said, I'm the lender, not the bar. Like you said, I'm the head, not the tail. Like I'm telling him, I'm calling him out on what he told me.
Sometimes we have to do that, though.
Bro, I was frustrated. I mean, I had one of them long talks with him, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? Like, nothing was clicking.
Yeah.
I was just frustrated. Just felt very, very, very stuck. And, after I had that long talk with him, prayer, however you want to categorize it, after I had that talk with him, I heard it so clear as day. He was like, it's not about you, it's about her. You need to get her to where she needs to be. And And when I heard that, now I know a lot of people were like, he said that like that. He didn't say it like that. But I'm telling you, the feeling, the emotion that came over. Because my wife was in a place where she was really trying to get somewhere as far as her career. And he was like, it's not about you right now. Like, cool out. Like, I'm telling you, just help her get to where she needs to be. And I had to take that step back. And that was the first time in our marriage where I probably was taking a step back before, but not feeling like I was taking a step back. Right. But I consciously took that step back. And I had Chris Tucker in my ear. I don't know if you ever seen a stand-up called Tambourine, but do yourself a favor. He was like, look, in marriage, man, sometimes you're going to be on lead vocals. And sometimes you're going to be on tambourine. And I was playing that tambourine. Like, I was playing that thing like you wouldn't believe. But I stood back. Now, I don't know how much how much more I helped her, but I just knew in my heart my goal was to do anything I could to help her get to that next level. It didn't happen in Oklahoma. We got all the way here. It still didn't happen. Actually, she tested and didn't get it. And she was like, I want to retire. And I was like, all right. So I was still like kind of asking God, like, is this what you... I never even told her this, but I was like, is this what you're saying to me? And then we got a random phone call on a Tuesday night, and it was her supervisor, well, her captain or whoever, one of them big dudes, whatever. So he called her, and he was like, he started asking about our finances. Yeah. And I was like, damn. And we had just got here. I'm talking, when I say just got here, no furniture in the house just got here. You can hear the echo while we talking on the phone. We just got here, right? Right. And he was like, how y'all guys doing? And I was like, damn, are we slipping? Like, and I was like, am I doing enough? As a man, I'm thinking. He was like, well, I think y'all gonna be doing a whole lot better come March. He was like, congratulations, your wife got promoted. And I promise you, man, I felt like me kind of like helping her get to where I need to be, open that door. Yeah, for everything that's kind of happening to me right now. So I say, back to your question, for that 1% person that's probably in my shoes, help that person, help your spouse. Especially in that kind of career field, you gotta help your spouse because it's a different environment. They are going through their own set of troubles, as you are as well. But, be able to be that support mechanism to help them get over to where they need to be. And I promise you, them floodgates are going to open for you.
Y'all heard him. Y'all heard what he said.
I mean, I truly believe that, too.
So, kind of divvying, now that, you made that transition, you were at a point where, and me and Malcolm say this all the time, but you were in the point of being of service. Right. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't about you. And then, like you said, to get those floodgates open, and then now you step into your purpose even further. Sure. And now you're going out, to these different platforms, you're speaking. Typically, when you're getting ready to speak or address an audience, what is your goal? Is your goal the same, or does it change depending on the crowd you're catering to?
Man, to be honest with you, my goal is always to just bless somebody's life. Like, if I got to be real with you, it could be a room of 500, it could be a room of 5, it could be 1. I'm going to give you the same energy I'm giving you right now. I'm going to give you that same energy because I've been in a room when there was only 2 people there. Right. I've been in a room when there's been thousands of people there. I've been in a room when there's only 500 people, whatever. I made sure that when I spoke or when I speak, I am here to bless you. And I think I carry that same mentality, that same philosophy into my social media. Right. When I do that video and I say, if you came across my page, so you need to hear this today, I thought that was very unique in the sense of, I don't know who I'm hitting, but it's going to hit somebody. Right. Secondly, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to me. Trust me. When you hear these messages, they're not just something that's made up because it sounds good. Either I've gone through it, I'm going through it, or I've been through it, and I can really speak to it. So if that one message can help somebody, can help bless somebody, they was in a bad space in their life, or that moment, that week, if it can get you through, I carry that same philosophy to when I get on stage. Because you just never know who you're going to impact. Yeah. You never know who's going to be in the room that can help you, that can further you. So you got to give your best, especially in the speaking world, because, I take the Michael Jordan philosophy. Jordan said he hated to miss games because he just knew that it was a child and a father, or a child and their mother that came to see him play, that probably could never see him play again. They spent their lives to get this ticket. who am I to half step or give them a half presentation, even if I'm going through something? When I step on that stage, I'm supposed to give you exactly what you came to get. That's what I'm there to do. And that's a gift. It's a blessing, man. It's truly a blessing because I know somebody's going to receive what I'm giving right now. So I approach every video that way. I approach every speaking engagement that way. Being here with you guys, this is pure sincerity that I'm talking from right now. You just don't know. Put your best foot forward. Give all you got because you just don't know who's going to hear it. That helps, son? That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
I thought I was in the audience. So I just sat back. And I forgot where I was for 2 seconds.
Right. He's lead by example. Lead by example.
I appreciate it.
So we kind of touched on, you got your book coming out. Congratulations
Thank you.
on that.
Thank you.
My first question about that is, what was the inspiration behind that book?
Honestly, man, I felt like that book was a labor of love, something I should have been did. But I even as a speaker, and I know you can speak to this, Smoke, we overthink too.
Yeah.
I overthought that book. I should have had that book out. And what's indication I should have had that book out right when I released it and I told everybody it was coming, like the pre-order, and I was putting it on Instagram and Facebook or whatever. Everybody, about time. Finally. It wasn't no congratulations. It was
At
like,
all.
it was
Been
just
waiting
like,
for this.
like, what took you so long? But, imposter syndrome is a real thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
It's a real thing. And I don't think none of us, don't let none of them speakers fool you, none of them gurus. No one's exempt to it. Now, you got to overcome it.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to overcome it. And I had to learn how to overcome it. I had to have a talk with my mentor. And he was like, you bugging, but yeah, you got to overcome it. He was like, you got to really overcome it. But the book was something that I wanted to do to show people the practical steps of believing in yourself.
Yes.
You don't have to really overthink this thing. If you believe it, if that seed was given to you, if that thought, haunts you, if that thought wakes you up in the morning, that idea, you got to believe in that idea. You got to believe in whatever that seed is. And I wanted to make sure that when I did this book, not too long, a short read, just to get out the gate, but have some action steps that you could take away that'll be practical.
Right.
One thing, I'm an advocate of affirmations. Like, I believe that you should talk to yourself. I was jogging the other day. I said this I was on a live, but I was jogging the other day. And, my goal is like 4 or 5 miles every time I do a jog. Now, I ain't going to sit here in front like I jog all 4. Now I'm jogging, walking. So I don't know if you want to call that a jog walk, whatever, but I'm jogging and walking. But God Did came on. DJ Khaled, Jay, right? So I say, all right, when Jay's verse come on, I'm running for the whole verse. Now, if you know anything about that song, Jay spitting.
He got a long verse.
For like 6, almost 7 minutes. Jay just going.
Yeah.
So I said, all right. And these are these internal goals.
Yes.
Like, I didn't say it out loud, but I'm saying it to myself. I'm like, right when Jay come on, I'm running for this whole time, this whole spit. And I did. And when I got through, when I tell you, I thought people must have thought I was crazy because I was yelling. I was like, I'm proud of me. Like, I was screaming it. I'm proud of me. And I say that to go back to the affirmations. Like, I was screaming that, but I really felt that. Like, you got to be proud of you. You gotta know how great you are. You got to look in that mirror and tell you that you are going to win. You are going to make it happen. Now, after you do all that yelling and screaming and spitting on the mirror, go take action.
Right.
Yes.
That's the part we fall short on.
Part.
I don't want you to hum and meditate and chakras and all that is fine and dandy. I'm not here to knock anybody for doing any of that. I am with you.
Yeah.
But go take action.
Yeah.
Like, after that, go take action. And that's kind of like the steps that's in my book. Speak to yourself. Tell yourself how great you are. Like, I talk to me all the time. I'm an advocate for talking to me. Even when I'm low and when I'm down. And, of course, I'll speak up to God. But, when things are not working right for me, I look up and I be like, I know you got a plan because I know his plan is bigger than my plan.
Right.
I know my plan in my mind is enormous, but we can't beat his plan.
Right.
Absolutely.
So when
not.
things are not going the way you want them to, his plan is bigger than yours, man. So, you got to really, really speak life on yourself. You got to really speak these things onto you. And what happens is a chain reaction. People are going to start speaking it back to you.
Absolutely.
And you just got to water that and feed into that, man. But the beginning of it all is you, man. So, yeah, man, those affirmations and speaking it from my book, I really, really believe in that. And I don't want it to sound like it's just surface, because it's not. If you talk to any successful person, when you look at the mentality, that common thread, they all believed in themselves. They all had almost like an unbelievable amount of belief.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even logical.
Right.
Like you to start Amazon, you gotta believe beyond believe.
Yeah.
Apple, to think this device is going to transform our lives. Like that's the kind of belief you gotta have, and you gotta water that. So yeah, man, I truly believe that.
I know as a speaker, you can attest, but there's times, and tell me if you ran into this, where you see speakers. So I'll put it this way. In life, or whatever you try to do, there's rhythm.
Sure.
There's never perfection.
Come on, man.
Right?
Talk to him.
And what I mean by that
Love that.
is you can never perfect anything, but you can create a rhythm. Think about it, Kobe Bryant.
That's right.
He hooped and practiced in the morning. He'll work out, go hang out with the kids, go back and practice, right?
That's right.
He kept doing the same shot over and over and over. So in the game time, he
Muscle
was
memory.
comfortable. Whether miss or make it, he was comfortable. He knew the shot wasn't always going to go in. That's perfection.
Sure. Sure.
But he counted on himself
That
more
rhythm.
than he counted on anybody else, because he saw what their rhythm looked like. Being a speaker,
love that.
being in this speaking world, how do you navigate and distance yourself from those that don't have that rhythm?
I think it's real, recognize real. I think that you'll get around the right people, and then you get a discernment. The older you get, you kind of know who's fluff,
Right.
and who's substance.
Yep.
You got to watch that though, because sometimes you'll get into a place of so much disappointment, and sometimes it could be a blessing coming right in front of you. This is real,
Right.
but you can't really discern it anymore
Can't
because
accept it,
because you've heard so much. Oh, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, and
Facts.
but you just gotta. I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Meet people where they are.
Yeah.
Find the right people. Find that tribe. One thing I prayed for here in this Tampa area, and I was talking to God. I was like, this just help me find my tribe. Help me find the people that I need. And shout out to Kim.
Dr. Kim.
I'm quite sure
Shout
Kim
out
is
to you.
watching.
Dr. Kim.
Yes, sir.
Kim doesn't even know how much she blessed my life, because I always look at her as like that tree, and the branches are Knucklehead Podcast, Shake the Room is next, and everything else I got going on, and God is just amazing. But I could have easily Kim could have called me, and I could have been so distraught when she called me, and she could have said, I got this for you. I could be like, all right, everybody says, okay, whatever. What day? What's the date? No, I was excited.
Right.
Win, lose, or draw.
Right.
Because that is fuel, especially in the speaking game.
Yes.
Because until you really, really get that notoriety, until you really get that real rhythm, and people know who you are, it could be two gigs a year, it could be 2 gigs a month, it could be 2 gigs every 2 weeks. Like it could start coming and coming and coming, but you have to ride on the fuel of, okay, somebody sees something in me. When I get there, I don't care who's going to be there.
Right.
I promise you they're going to know that I'm there.
Right.
That's how I look at, that's how I approach every event. And if it's somebody there that's well established, that's doing what they need to do, that's really at a certain peak, I am learning. Like, you have to let that ego go.
Right.
We're a
You
student.
got to let that, oh man, that ego will slow you down. I don't care how you think you look. I don't care how you think you speak.
telling
You have to walk in a room with humility. You got to walk in that room and say, you know what? I know I bring value.
Right.
I know who I am. I'm bringing value to this room.
Right.
God already put me in the room, even if I'm not qualified. Come on, wait a minute. Let me tell you something. Even if you're not qualified, if God puts you in that room, you qualified.
Facts.
You qualified.
Yes.
So you walk into that room like you're supposed to be in that room. It's been rooms I know I had no business being in. Even when I went, I mean, shout out to Dr. Delatero, when I went to his event, speakers, dudes getting money, people getting to the bag. I'm like, man, I mean, I got a bag, but I ain't getting to the bag. I want to get to the bag the way you get into the bag.
Yeah.
But out of that room, Kim saw something in me.
Right.
Because I was supposed to be in that room. You got to walk into these rooms the way you're supposed to be. You are qualified. God has qualified you. I don't have a degree. I don't have a degree. I've done not even a full year communication school. I did 6 months of communication school because we ran out of funding, meaning that AI was broke. I didn't have the money to keep going. But I know God has a purpose on my life. I know I have a voice. I know I have a message. I know that I can really captivate an audience. I know I can make sense of what I'm saying. I can show you practical steps. And I got 50 years of ups and downs, right and wrongs, lefts and rights, that I can show you that you don't have to do that to help you get to where you need to be. His qualification enough gets me to where I need to be.
I love that.
That's the highest qualification you need.
Man.
Love that.
Man, let me tell you something. You better know who you are.
Facts.
And not even in a conceited, just a very confident, I know who I am. I'm not better than you by no means.
Right.
You probably outbar me. You got more degrees than me. You can run circles around me in education. But I'm anointed and I'm blessed.
Yes.
And I'm right here beside you. And we can win together. Ever since I met this man, I pray he could attest to what I'm getting ready to say. Every time he tells me something, like, bro, it's enough for all of us. We all can do it.
Yeah.
We all, like, I think that we got to get away from that crab in the barrel mentality where we just feel like this new guy that's coming in or this new podcast that's coming in, that it's going to be jeopardizing to what I got. No.
Facts.
We can elevate each other. We can grow even more. And I think that it's a lot of talent in this Tampa market.
Yeah.
A ton of it.
Man,
A ton
that I mean, just in this short time that God has been blessing me, I just look at it and I'm like, man, maybe I should curate. Maybe because I see it. Like, I think that we can be our own entity. We can start hosting our own events, and it's a lot of talent here, man. So I'm excited.
It's a abundance of talent. The thing is, I feel that I noticed, and I could be wrong, but from my viewpoint, it's the reverse of what it should be. People are looking at it where they're like, oh, I want to be equal in position, but be worth more than you, when we actually should be equal and worth different in position. And my father told me that. And what I mean is basically, we're the one qualification, just like you said,
Facts.
right? Your position, you killing it. Where in social media, you killing it when you jump on stage. That may not be the next person's position at the time. But what I love about positions, even in corporate America, positions change. CEOs don't always be the CEO.
That's right.
The janitors, I've seen janitors go from the bottom
That's right.
and go to the top. So that
That's right.
changes. So when you start to look at it from that standpoint, I'm okay with being a janitor today,
Man.
because maybe I can be the keynote next week.
That's
and
right.
everyone switches.
You said something powerful, and it speaks to that. You know, just it's so many blessings and forward progression and movement and serving.
Yeah.
Serving.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, you know, you again, you're in that tambourine, just in a different aspect of life. But to be able to serve and to help somebody, you just don't know the launch pad. That could be the catalyst to the beginning of something that can be even bigger than you even thought. So
Yeah.
So as a my bad.
Oh, you're good.
As a speaker to the audience, when they want to book you, what I believe in me, what keynotes, if they're looking at it from a standpoint, say a corporation, the youth, what keynotes can you give them? Kind of like, basically, go ahead and just tell them what you do, so when they
Right.
click on it, they be
Right.
like, I want to book him.
So the first thing I do is that I make you repeat it.
Okay.
I make the whole crowd say I, B, I, M. And I, what does that stand for? I believe in me. What does that stand? And I make you say it.
Right.
We're breaking the ice off the break. I want you to say it. I want you to feel it
Yes.
at the very beginning.
Yes.
And then we go right to the elephant in the room. And I start my book off like that too. But, you know, belief. Like, belief is such a simple word, but it means so much. And you wouldn't believe how many young people just have so much insecurity, anxiety.
Yeah.
They don't know how to believe in themselves. And we're living in such a digital era now where, you know, eye contact, handshakes, the power to believe in yourself, to say, you know what, I can do this.
Yeah.
That is like almost a forgotten skill set now.
Yeah.
So, the first thing I do is I make sure that you understand the power of belief.
Yes.
The power of believing in you. And then you are the change. You are the one that's going to make it happen. Mm-hmm. I don't care what's going on around you. It's going to start with you.
Yep.
It's going to end with you. It's going to start with you. And along the way, here's the blessing. And I say this. The people that need to find you, the people that's going to help you get to where you need to be, because we can't do it alone.
No.
We can't do it alone. But those right people, they're going to align with you.
Yep.
And here's the thing. God, you got me going. I feel like I'm speaking right now. But here's the thing. The people that you think will, won't.
That's the...
And the people that you think won't,
Yep.
will.
Yep.
The people that's going to get you to that next level, 9 times out of 10, 100 times out of whatever, is going to be somebody that you do not know.
Yep.
They are going to see your greatness. They're going to see your potential. I don't care how old you are, because we use the word potential when you feel like you get to a certain place in life, you don't have any more potential. No. Potential is still on you. If someone sees it and they're going to say, you know what? I see you here, but I can help you get here. And I want to help you get there. The people that know you, they only see you here.
Right.
They heard you talking about it here. They see you get right here. Then they see you stuck. And they're like, you've been saying this, you're going to be doing this. And I know you out there listening. I know everybody's like, I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them people. Them people are no longer a factor. It's that person that's going to see you that's going to catapult you. And it's normally somebody that you don't know. And you have to be okay with that.
100%.
You got to be okay with that, because that's a new relationship. Mm-hmm. That's a new revenue stream. That's a new zip code, a new way of life, because they're going to expose you to something that you never knew before.
Facts.
And with that new exposure that you have in your life, you learn from that, and now you're exposing your immediate family to something else different. Mm-hmm. The people that was with you may not see that. And look, and I keep on saying you got to be okay with that. And what I mean by that, just to clarify, don't be mad at these people. Mm-mm. Don't go back and show them. I don't have time to show you. I ain't got nothing to prove to you. You can see that my greatness all around me as I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yes.
Love them where they are. If they need help them as much as you can. You're not here to scold. You're not here to say, I told you. You're here to progress and keep moving forward. Mm-hmm. That's what God wants for you.
Yes.
He don't want you to go back and do all that foolishness.
Not
you
at
don't
all.
need to. Trust me.
Well, and to end on that, I'll say there's 2 things. One thing you said, we have that crab in the barrel mentality. And I don't know where I heard this from. I think Kobe Bryant said, he said crabs were never supposed to be in the barrel to begin with.
Facts.
So we already, programming ourselves to think, like you said, there's not enough space at the top. But to be quite honest, we were put in a position that we weren't supposed to be in to begin with. So now that you're aware of that, you say, hey, instead of me trying to drag you down, I'm going to help you up.
Help you up. That's
you know what I mean?
right.
And what I'll say, my second thing is, a lot of times, to your point, I think people don't realize, like, there's greatness in all of us.
All of us.
The greatness that, like Michael spoke on, the greatness that's within you isn't within me, but it may be projected in a different way.
Sure.
Your shine don't dim my light. My shine shouldn't dim your light. If anything, it should make us both shine bright.
In the words of Jay-Z, what you eat don't make me.
Hey, listen, we can break it down like that too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying Quan should be a speaker. I've been trying to tell him, like, bro, we need you to get you on stage.
A voice.
I can't do it. See, you know what's so funny about that? He gave me like this all the time. I'm not one of them. I don't like the limelight of me. Like this conversation we said, I probably would never say something. I say some stuff that'd be like, it ain't for me.
Right.
It gotta be a God, because I don't. It's been times where I've said things. Malcolm like said, what? What you just said?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I've never said this. It says I've been alive, so don't ask me.
All he's doing is taking notes.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm gonna take that.
I'll do that.
Like, don't ask me.
As a speaker,
Yes, sir.
content is around us
Absolutely.
everywhere. And I hear
Absolutely.
something, man, I go right to notes. And I put it right in notes.
Because that could be God's hope, using that person to deliver that message.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
man.
But I thank you so much for giving us your time, man. I know you're very busy. If you love the content and you love what we're doing here, right? What we need you to do is like, share, comment, subscribe, because that helps pushes this conversation further. We're working, we're building something here, and we have these amazing people that take time out their day, these 1%ers that really take time, not only just to have this discussion, but to your point, build that bridge. So that way when you coming through it, now you have all the experience, the wisdom, the stories.
That's right.
The transgressions. Like he said, he was at a dark time, but where is he at now? So you see, a lot of times people see us on these platforms. They see 100K followers, 5,000 followers, and they think, "Oh man, he must be living a dream. He must not went through anything." But the reality is, without having that story and that test, you wouldn't have that testimony to be where you're at right now.
That's right.
So by all means, if you love what we're doing here, like, comment, subscribe, ask your questions. We want to hear from y'all. About the conversation and what you got from these episodes that we do, because we don't get paid for this. This ain't about and one thing me and Malcolm have a line on, as much as we bump head, this is my brother in all aspects of the words.
I love it.
We are advocates of service, right?
Facts.
And the conversation that we have in here is for you guys to benefit you. I just wanted to leave that with you all.
Man. I mean, if I could say anything, it's
Yes,
been an
sir.
honor. Like, I love organic,
Yes.
just true conversations. I think I said it behind the scenes. I was like, look, whatever, just ask me. Because when it's too scripted,
Yeah.
you
can feel that.
you can feel that. And the audience
Yes.
Can
can feel that. And then, they like, nah, these dudes up here, they
They
bluffing.
prompting. Yeah, they reading prompts.
They use some DC slang.
Yeah.
Man, they faking. Man, Mo, he faking, Mo. But
That mumbo sauce now.
mumbo
Talk about
sauce,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
No, a little bit.
Shout out to Northeast
Yes,
DC.
sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, when it's true, when it's coming from a real, authentic place, man, I think it just resonates.
Yes.
It resonates, and people can really, even in this digital world we live in, and it's so much fluff out there. I think people can still cut through and find the real. And I think what you guys got right here is something special. Don't stop, keep going.
Appreciate that.
It's truly an honor, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, to be here to speak today. Not just for a selfish aspect, just to be around some good men and have a real good conversation, like that. It goes so far, and hopefully next time I come here, we can get even deeper.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I was
Make it
already
happen.
thinking
Sure.
part 2.
Yeah, we
get
got
even
so
deeper.
much stuff in store. And again, like, comment, subscribe. If you like the content, you like this video we're doing, that's what you need to do.
Facts.
So I'm with the part 2. Matter of fact, I'm already thinking something else.
Yes,
so
sir.
we'll talk about it. I'll leave that alone.
No
Yeah.
doubt. No doubt.
But can you let them know where they can follow you, where they can connect with you?
Absolutely.
How can they? I know the book. How can they acquire that?
All right, so you can follow me on all social media handles at MRIBIM, Mr. IBIM. Again, from Mr. I Believe in Me. That's on everything: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You can find my book personally on my website at MR I Believe in Me, MrIBelieveInMe.com, MrIBelieveInMe.com. If you want to sit down and have a one-on-one session with me, and you want to talk about where you are, where you're going, how can I help you get there? You just want to talk about what's going on in your life, how we can correct some things, and also get you grounded. I would love to talk to you. You can book a session through my website. If you want to book me for any speaking engagement, you can fill out the application that's on my website. We can talk about that as well. But I love to hear from you. I appreciate me being here. And again, it's Mr. IBIM, Mr. I Believe in Me, Mr. If you came across my page, then you need to hear this today. It's been a pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Knucklehead Podcast. Once again, I am one of the co-hosts, King Mal. I got my main man,
Quan.
and Mr. IBIM in the building. As we say all the time, and we'll forever say it, we're not here for the 1% due to the fact that we're looking to push that number up. If we can get 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, we're changing the dynamics in your household and others as well. At the top or from the top, y'all got to pick. See you soon.
Dope.